Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jeff Grant. And today we're covering that Monday night NFL game between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. How you doing today, Jeff?
Doing great, Dax. I'd be doing better if both these teams played up to their potential that everybody thought in 2014. Of course, having two quality quarterbacks. Yes, you can say Jay Cutler has fallen short, but he still is a capable guy. But right now you have a Saints team that's still alive in the NFC South standings, while Chicago is clearly looking ahead to 2015.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, the Saints have been a true letdown this season. So far in their last 5 games, they've gone 1-4 straight up and against the spread. But they still have a shot of taking the NFC South division. So do you think the Saints are still capable of covering that number as road favorites just for the second time in their last 9 opportunities, man?
Yeah, you look at how the Saints season has gone. They've lost 4 home games. That really puts them under the litmus test, as they say, because when you go on the road and laying points, it's often very difficult to do that, especially when you get a Saints team that doesn't like playing outdoors. The start of this bad stretch for the Saints, Dax, if you remember, is the game that they let the 49ers come back and beat them on a remarkable play by Colin Kaepernick. When you look at the Saints on the defensive end, they've allowed 183.8 rushing yards per game over the last 5 contests. Why is that important? Expected to be PM showers in the Chicago area, and also that may ground Drew Brees in the passing attack. He's 9-2 in his last 11 Monday Night Football games, throwing for 32 touchdowns and just 6 interceptions.
All right, but at least fortunately for them, they are playing the Bears, who are allowing an NFL worst of 29.1 points per game. All right, so with that in mind, man, I think the only thing the Bears could actually do to help their defense in this case by getting clobbered by the Brees and the Saints is to run the ball like crazy and eat up the clock as much as possible, especially since they won't be able to count with their wide receiver, Brandon Marshall. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, Matt Forte is the key, but we've already mentioned that numerous weeks in covering the Bears, and this team just does not stick to the rushing game, but I think they absolutely have to do that in this matchup because you mentioned Brandon Marshall is gone. So I expect a heavy dose of Matt Forte. He's averaged 130.5 yards from scrimmage in his last 2 games against the Saints, 143.7 yards per game from scrimmage the last 9 home games. And not just in the running game, Dax, and keeping Drew Brees off the field. I think the Bears will have success in the screen passing attack using Forte, because the only thing New Orleans can do at this point is try to create pressure, but this defense isn't getting to the quarterback in 2014.
Yeah, man. I mean, right now, the minus 3.5 on the Saints, I believe. I don't know. Do you think that we should actually be laying those points, or should we be looking at Chicago in this case?
I'm going to take the Bears. I just can't trust the Saints. Yeah. Their offense is, of course, much different away from home than on the road. And when you look at the Bears, they've had some success on Monday night. This is really their game of the year, trying to end the Saints' playoff hopes, or at least putting a dent in those hopes. And when you look at the Bears, coming off a loss at Soldier Field last time out, they're 7-1 against the spread as home underdogs after suffering a home loss their previous week. So I'm going to back the Bears getting 3 points against the Saints on Monday night.
All right, good stuff, my man. And Jeff, as always, man, it's a pleasure talking football with you, and let's do this again next week.
Thank you.
No problem, man. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.